One of the projects that I'm working on in the public safety sector is a geospatial data exchange, which allows us to share data not only within DC with the feds and district agencies, but across the river to Virginia and up into Maryland and with our partners there. A great example of that is during the snowstorm a couple of years ago, Snowmageddon, DC plowed Georgia Avenue, and we sent all of the feds up Georgia Avenue, said, get out of DC now before the snow gets worse, take Georgia Avenue, it's plowed. We sent 30,000 people up a dead-end road because Montgomery County had stopped plowing Georgia Avenue. They couldn't keep up with it. They were working on the Beltway. None of the Beltway is in DC. We didn't have to worry about it. But all of the plows for Maryland in Montgomery County area were working on the Beltway, trying to keep people moving that way. We had no way of sharing that data other than personal communication, usually telephone. All of those folks were too busy to make those phone calls. The ability to share data not only within DC, but across the boundaries as well is imperative, especially since Congress now wants to review all of the UASI-funded projects to find out why they and their staffers couldn't get out of DC during the earthquake, during Snowmageddon. And these projects that we're building now are keyed in on those issues and trying to avoid making them happen. The National Capital Region Geospatial Data Exchange, NCR-GDX, took 8 years to implement. And 7 of those 8 years were just convincing the GIS managers and the policymakers, the CIOs, the CAOs of the region that investing the money in a system like this was valuable. We're up to 300 stakeholders, and we put out a call for governance. All 300 of those people responded with, we want to be involved. This is a great idea. We started sharing data 2 weeks into the project on a development server because we had an active shooter situation. And we were able to share data with the FBI, Capitol Police, and local law enforcement in under 10 minutes. And everyone was looking at the same common data. It doesn't matter what viewer you're using, but if everybody's playing off of the same data, everybody knows what's going on. We have a great group of GIS leaders in the National Capital Region who have come together and are doing great things. And we share best practices constantly. And we come together to build common products like the Geospatial Data Exchange to help us build an even better. And we're hoping that a lot of the stuff that we do becomes a national model for public safety and for GIS.